Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Live from Sword Coast podcast. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Dungeon Master this evening. Tonight, we are continuing on with our ongoing campaign playing the Shadow of the Demon Lord role-playing game published by Schwalbe Entertainment. At the time of recording, I should mention as well, what's up, sweetie? I should mention that there is currently a Kickstarter going for the Shadow of the Demon Lord expansion that adapts the Green Ronin's setting of Freeport. And one of the, or two of the different stretch goals on that are, one of them is a guide to sort of like piracy in the Shadow of the Demon Lord setting, and another one is the second Demon Lord companion. They've met the first set of goals too. The next stretch goal is the Demon Lord companion. So if this game interests you in any way, I would suggest checking that out because there's some great deals on the Kickstarter there. And I really want to see the Shadow of the Demon Lord companion 2 come out. Jeff and Steve was told to let you know, one of the things that apparently is going to be in the companion 2 is rules for group abilities. So you remember in the Warhammer one where like you could pick an adventure, a type of adventuring group, and the kind of adventuring group you were would give you certain benefits.
Yep.
There's something similar in Iron Kingdoms. It just wasn't. We didn't, because we only really played it one campaign with it. We didn't really notice it, but it's the same kind of thing there. But I think it's a cool idea, and that would be really neat if you could have like, you know, if there was another level to the game where you could draw more abilities from that. That would be really fucking cool. So I'm hopeful that it will see the light of day. Anyway, tonight we are continuing on. This is, let me see here. I think this is session 11 or 12 of our campaign. I typed this in before I started the broadcast, but I don't remember offhand now. But anyway, where our scene opens, guys, is on a. So I'm just going to quickly reset your oopsies, your tokens here, because it looks like once again the tokens have fucked up and we've lost some people's health bars. It's an easy thing to fix, but it's weird that you know what? I haven't noticed this in any of the other games we've run on Roll20. So it must be something with the character sheet from this that's just interfacing poorly. But anyway, okay, so everyone's got their health. So when you guys last session, you guys had defeated another of those. Well, I guess first off, you had traveled to this island to try and investigate the fairy ruins that Hopi and Millar and Junis had discovered several months ago when they were trying to rescue this rich man's daughter. You guys returned there. You faced a onslaught of animated dead and murderous fae, which resulted in yet another death of Hopi, though that's a running theme in his life now. You guys also, when you got to the actual ruins themselves, you encountered an enormous fungal giant, and the fungal giant, well, another one of those things. You guys managed to defeat that thing, and underneath it, you found, I think it was three different items. Right, one of them was a bizarre set of dice that you could magically transform into a tattoo, which I think that Millar took. Steve, if you haven't added those to a character sheet, go ahead and do that now. And the other thing was a timepiece, that little pocket watch that Matt claimed was his. And Matt knows that the pocket watch can be used as a action or a triggered action on his turn to teleport 10 or 100 yards. You can click it open, and then once per day you can do that. The third thing that was found was that weird bladed dark iron, cold iron canister that the Millar recognized as dwarven manufacture. She was able to get that thing open, and inside that you found a bunch of scrolls written in Dwarvish. That's sort of, I think, where we left the session, actually. So what do you guys want to do? Everyone's sort of banged up right now, except for Trader, because Trader regenerates. What are you guys thinking?
Well, did we find what we came here for?
There was one other thing, which was you, Matt saw some unusual tracks that Trader cautioned him about sharing too much about to the other players. That's player knowledge for you, Steve. Your characters don't have any clue that's what's happened.
Okay.
So that's sort of where we left things. It was on that darkened island. It was nighttime there, but it seemed like everything was any threats have been dealt with. So the reason you guys came out here was for Matt to he wanted to investigate these ruins, and maybe so that you have an opportunity to do that now. You can try and make your way back to Crossings. You can you can camp here overnight. You guys tell me, what do you think you're going to do?
Well, I think first we're going to investigate the ruins. That's why we came here and went through all this danger. So,
Yeah.
I was pretty anxious to take a look at them.
Yeah.
Okay, so describe for me what kind of investigations you think he's doing. Like, how does he think?
We believe this to be some kind of a gateway to the Fey realm.
Yep, to the Hidden Kingdoms.
To the Hidden Kingdom. So he's investigating to see if there's anything he can read or anything he's seen before, any traces of magic, any way of triggering it or activating it that he can find. So he's scanning things with his screwdriver. He's reading them, he's feeling them and touching things, and basically really examining it.
Okay. Why don't you make an intellect check for me, please, with and you can gain a boon from your occult profession. Where's your hedgehog? Here. Get your hedgehog. Nice. Whoa, that looks different, doesn't it?
It does look different.
They must change some of the interface on it. Very cool. That's interesting. I should look at the patch notes for it.
It still shows you if you hover over it, but yeah, it just adds it all together and tells you what you were challenging.
That is really interesting. Huh, I like that.
Wow, nice.
Okay. And okay, so then that's what do you call it? That you roll over 20. So this is definitely one of the things you've struggled with since traveling to Crossings is you're able to sort of detect where these places are, but figuring out how to access it, how to open those doorways. You've gotten quite good at identifying where they are, but you have not figured out how to open them.
Okay.
So this is definitely what your new companions had suggested, which is to say that it's a gateway to one of the Hidden Kingdoms for sure.
So we need to figure out how to activate it.
How long do you think since you first came to Crossings? Like a year, maybe more?
Yeah, maybe about 18 months, that kind of time.
Okay. So in the 18 months that you've gone, what I think you've learned, and this is because you rolled so well, is that you're generally going to need the assistance, you need the assistance of a Fae, of some kind of Fae, in order to really trigger these things. And unfortunately, Trader does not qualify as that.
Okay.
So, you also know these things all seem to have their own, their own keys to open them. I mean, some of them can be, some of them can be genuinely like actual keys, but other ones can be like, a flower that blooms under the full moon, or it can be, a lock of hair from a 30-year-old virgin. Or it can be a tuft of or a whisker from a bald rat. Like they've all got their own weird kind of triggers to open them. And unfortunately, it's not one of those. You're not able to detect what that opening is.
Okay, so Matt turns to the group and he says, "This is definitely a gateway. I don't think we'll be able to open it without the assistance of a Fae, or at least knowing the exact mechanism with which to open the gate. So for today, this is where our journey must end."
I guess so. Any
Unless
idea
you-
what kind of? Any idea where we might find the key, or what it might look like, or who might have it?
Well, were you present when they opened this gate previously?
We saw the gate, I think, around the time that it was open. We didn't see the process.
You know what I'll give you as well, because you rolled so well, Matt. The markings that are, like these are very, very faded. It's been centuries, if not millennia, that these stones have been exposed to the elements of the dark waters. There's been countless storms that have washed over these things and worn the stone smooth. Not for the animating power or the inherent magic of the hidden realms that's bleeding through. These things would probably be polished smooth by this time. But what you can recognize from the light markings that remain is that these seem to be markings of a royal passage.
Wow. So this gate looks to be a royal gate. It may even lead us right to the Fey King's palace.
Queens.
Or
What-
King's palace.
Yeah, I think what you've I don't know, you haven't talked about this with Junius and Millar and Hobie yet. Yeah, actually, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to think if this is something that has come out or not. The references that you've already you've heard, or at least you've seen, and you've had Junius describe, is the Fey Queen. Did Steve? Did Hobie ever share that dream he had with anyone, or has he kind of kept that to himself right now?
I guess he kept that to himself, yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Whatever.
So, yeah, okay. So that seems to be what you know. I mean, you know that there is a, at least in Legendary, there is a fairy king as well, Oberon. But yeah, it seems to be, all you can glean from these things at this point, from these stones. So it's probably quite late at night right now. Like the moon is getting quite high in the sky. The likelihood of, Millar, to be honest, had some difficulty getting here in the first place. And there are, albeit kind of messy, there is a camp here, which with some tidying you could make, take advantage of and not leave yourself exposed to the elements.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Matt makes one last joke. He says, "I don't suppose any of you have a Fey in your pocket."
Millar's like, ah!
Nice.
Is she like staying away from the gate while he's investigating it?
I don't think so. No, she'd be looking at it, although I don't think she understands a lot of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So you want me to check here to see if she figures anything out?
I don't think she's she is, as a changeling, she is a Fae, but I think that she's been absent from that realm for, the bulk of her life. So
Right.
I'm not sure that she would have much to add here. You can make what you can do, Steve, is you can make a perception roll for me for Millar, please. And her,
All right.
you can add a boon for her, what is it? Is it fisherman or boatman profession?
Is Fisher, yeah, or navigation, both?
Yeah, please.
Hey, something's wrong here. Seems to me that she had 2 scores, one for intellect, one for perception before, and her perception was one better. Why
Yeah,
did that change?
it should be. Let's see here. Hold up. Did they change? Like I said, I
The
mean,
second one is gone.
where is it here? Millar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you can't even add it now. Oh, size is gone. Speed is gone.
Oh, yeah. What's going on here?
It's weird.
Yeah, it's a little
If you
broken
click on
right
the
now.
attributes and abilities tab, at the top, it will show you the number.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Still got those things. Okay, well, perception's 14. We'll just add one then. Perception's 14.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah,
weird.
okay, there.
I'll just roll intellect with a boon and then add one.
Someone must have been fucking around with the sheets then since last week.
Noise.
How'd you do?
26.
Nice. Okay, that's great. Okay, so Steve, what you do see, you're not able to pick up anything from this. The what do you call it? The mine hearers and the gate there. But what you do is sort of looking up. You start looking out over, and you notice that it seems like to the north. Deeper into the dark waters, you notice that like I can't see any stars, and then you see sort of
to the north.
to the north. Yeah, there's no stars, and it's slowly moving, like as if like the stars are winking out across the darkened sky, and then you see there's a flash of light in the sky in that direction. And it dawns on you exactly what this is. This is an incoming storm.
Uh-oh. Okay. Folks, I don't know what we're going to find here, but we've got an incoming storm to deal with.
Well, let's secure this camp as best we can.
All right.
Okay.
Does anyone have any camping or survival type skills?
I think Junis might.
Survival, eh?
Well, Trader was the soldier, so he might have some.
Yeah. If he's got,
Poacher Rustler is Junus, yeah.
yeah, Poacher or Rustler. I think those he would know how to make make camp and whatever else, sort of make do with things. So you guys sort of know that, like, all right, if we're gonna have a hot meal, we do it now because this storm is gonna hit and it's gonna be ugly. The boat that you have is not likely going to be able to weather the storm. So you've got a choice really of, you want to try and beat the storm back to crossings, or do you want to try and wait it out here with a roll that good? There is something I'll let you, because you were trying to reach out with your sort of your magic. There's something ominous about the portent of this oncoming storm. It's as
Don't
if
like the vibe of that storm.
it's an ill omen almost.
All right. Well, do you think we have enough time to make it back to crossings? I mean, we're only going across the pond here, right?
Would you kindly make another perception check too, and you can add a boon for your Fisher background. See whether you can think you can beat it or not.
All right. Intellect, boon, +1.
Yep.
Nice, 12. Okay.
So you think that like you'll have to really start paddling like fucking crazy. Someone's gonna have to really put their back into it too, and not rely just on the sail. But Junis isn't too badly banged up, it looks like.
Right.
That's okay.
Yeah, although Matt's pretty, what's his strength?
Yeah, he's not very strong.
Yeah, I was thinking that Junis has just got he's a much stronger character. So,
well, let's run. No more discussion. We take off.
Enough screwing around. Let's get out of here. Yeah.
We don't want to be caught here at this gate in a storm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys race your way down towards the storm towards the shore. You hop on the boat, you get in and then start paddling. What I'd like Millard to do is to make an intellect check to try and navigate here. So it'll be a intellect check with a boon for your it'll be a boon for your fisher profession, but I'll give you a bane because it's dark as hell.
Alrighty. So this is intellect is the raw check.
With a boon, yeah.
Yeah, good.
The professional bonus is going to be from fisher.
Got it. Oops, I did. You know what? I couldn't put in a bane.
What?
I couldn't put in a bane.
That's, what have they done to this thing? Let's see here.
Wait, so just roll another d6, right? And then subtract it?
Yeah, I'll do that. 3.
Oh, you know why? It's because in the game, the first thing it offers you is number of boons / banes.
Oh.
So let's see here. What happens when I put...
Boons / banes. 1/1.
Yeah, let me see here.
There we go. Same roll. But, oh, nothing happened. Red roll is Millard. What have they done? Don't forget roll 20 also hates me. You know this.
Yeah, let's see here. It rolls... So roll 17. I'm looking at your roll. I'm just trying to figure out what happened. So if I put... I think it works, Steve, if... You
gave me exactly the same roll twice.
0 + 3. Okay, so if... I'm going to try something here. Yeah, let's roll this here. Let's see here.
6.5, nice.
Yeah, so that's clearly not working. We don't use the fraction thing. That does not work.
We're using Imperial tonight, Kevin, not metric.
I wonder. Hold on. Let's see what this does. Yes. Okay, that worked. Okay, so what you? Oh no, that did not work because. Oh, it did. Yes, it did.
Kind of work. Well, -1.
Okay, so yeah. So what you need to do is because this is technically the way the game works anyway. You don't like kick them a mitt full of boons and a mitt full of banes. Like they cancel each other out. You're supposed to roll a d20 in a boon. You just roll 1. So what they've done now is they've just changed it so that if you're rolling with a boon, just enter whatever number it is or however many boons. If it's a bane, enter it as a minus.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So that's how that is going to work. Okay, so sorry, Steve, let's try that again. So just make a raw intellect check.
All right. Electing.
Challenge.
But nothing. 15. Yay.
15. Nice. Okay, so yeah. So you guys are able to start making your way back. It's going to be about a half an hour or so of straight rolling or straight rowing. Would you make a strength challenge for Junus for me, please?
Come on, Junus.
Strength challenge. Junus. Boons, Banes. No.
0.
17. Nice.
Okay, so you know what? He is after that last batch of healing or whatever, all his gears and his pistons and whatever are moving in perfect unison. It's almost like an engine chugging away as he's routinely pulling stuff back. You can hear the mechanics and whatnot inside his body ticking away. It's almost rhythmic because he's keeping it to a perfect tempo. What is everyone else doing on this boat while you're while this is going?
Trader is nervously circling the boat.
Okay. Yeah, there's almost that there's almost that static energy to the air right now. It's there's that that horrible hush before a storm hits, and you can hear. At first, there's just that, all you hear is the splish, splish, splish of the paddles going into the water, and this slight, whirring of the gears inside Junus, and then you can slowly start to hear as the storm approaches the rolling, peals of thunder that echo across the dark waters. The dark waters are clearly living up to their name tonight as well, as the surface is catching the little bit of the half moon light and rippling across, but it seems to be inky blackness beneath it. As you're sitting there, Millar, you are kind of lost in thought. What is it you're thinking about?
Millar, I was just thinking about, man, what's she gonna do with all this? What's she to make of it? I mean, her being a fae, like, where are her allegiances? She doesn't even know. She doesn't even know where she belongs. She's just been hiding her whole life, trying to survive. And now she's caught in the middle of something bigger than her, and she's just a girl, and she knows that. Although she's a little wise beyond her years because of various things. Yeah.
Millar, apart from the silence that is hanging heavy in the air, you hear a familiar voice.
Uh-oh. Oh dear. She gets goosebumps.
Okay, and you sort of look around, and all you hear is splish, 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 and there's just nothing but the blackness of the waters. Millar, as if right behind you.
What?
Do you say what?
I say, yes.
Everyone on the boat kind of looks towards you. And you, as soon as you respond, there's a flash of orangish red light off to your right, and you see standing on the water, smoldering as if embers that have a bellows blowing over them. And somehow, even from this distance of 200 yards, you can hear the crackling of burning coals. And you see standing there a familiar symbol. It is, of course, there he is.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
Diabolus. And
We all see?
no, only she does. What is Millar's react? Actually, you know what? Why don't you make a will check for me, please?
Yeah, she's a little startled. All right, willing, 9.
Okay, so you visibly react to this. You sort of jerk back in your seat. And what do you? So the rest of you guys sort of see her. She says yes, and then sort of like startles at something that she seems to see off to the right side of the boat. Starboard side. What do the rest of the guys do? What does everyone else do in the boat? Junus obviously still, paddling away. I'm assuming she's kind of at the back because she's navigating, right? Like she's sort of.
Right. She's on the front, kind of, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe when she jerks, the whole boat sort of like, woo, like weaves for a moment. So everyone's sort of jerked to the side. It's like, what?
Right.
What is?
Matt looks at her and he says, "Are you all right?"
She sort of looks at him with a chilled look on her face, not quite knowing what to say.
Okay. Are you trying to hide how disturbed you are?
Well, I mean, yes, but she's a 13-year-old girl, so.
Okay. So why don't you make a You make a intellect challenge. Do you think you have any professions that might help with that?
Not really.
Okay. So then, yeah. So then, just make an intellect challenge, and then Jeff, you go ahead and make a perception challenge.
Okay. So the perception is 14. So is it just a straight up D20
Yep.
then?
Yep. So you need to beat an 11. It looks like. D20.
Like, so do I just use intellect check?
What's your perception? Is it the same
14.
as 14? So just add D20 plus 4.
So that's the same as if I hit this, right?
Should be, yeah.
I think so.
Okay. You can tell that there's something that's really disturbing Millar at this point. Millar, while this is going on, the boat is still moving forward towards, crossings, which is still probably another like 40 minutes off or so. And where that figure, that flame-wreathed figure appeared, he seems to be somehow staying at a constant distance from you. Even though the boat's moving, even though he's just standing on the water, he's not getting any closer. He's just standing and looking at you.
Right.
What are you doing?
Are you looking over at him?
Yeah, I guess I am. And in my head, I think, what do you wish?
He kind of laughs. What do you wish, girl? At that, he starts striding forward.
Oh.
Very slowly, but somehow each step seems to echo with that same rattle. Do you remember the sound you heard when he first came to you way back when you were living with the dwarves? Each step on that blackened surface sounds like a heavy oxen hoof clopping down on bare stone. Clop. Clop. And as it gets closer, there's a wave of heat that hits you somehow. And the stink of brimstone fills your nostrils. And he's striding towards you. You may be trying to look away, but his eyes are fixed, those flame-filled eyes that are filled with a mixture of both power and hate are just locked on you as he strides forward. Do you wish?
Matt keeps like looking between Millar and where she's looking, trying to see what she's looking at.
All you hear splish, splish, weep, splish, weep, splish. The form continues to approach. It's now 100 yards away.
I look at the rest of the people on the boat, or Millar does, to see what their reactions are, if they can see what's going on.
None. You can see that Matt is looking at her and looking away.
All right. Well, I keep watching the figure.
As he's walking towards you, he says, I have such wonderful gifts for you, child. More gifts. And you can feel like his hand seems to, there's embers and a little, like as if like flecks of burning paper flying out from his hand and drifting along like fireflies, leaving a stream behind him as he walks. And he says, such wonderful gifts for you.
She puts her head in her hands and she thinks, why me?
Because you have been chosen. And there's an inadvertent shudder of ecstasy that waves over you. And the boat once again kind of wavers in place. And then you feel
Matt
nothing.
puts his hand on the boat steering thing.
Okay. Millar, you sort of lurch forward, and after that initial wave of ecstasy hits you, there's nothing but emptiness and nausea and loathing, where you just like you realize that you've got hot tears that are beginning to flow down your face, You didn't think you were crying a moment ago, and you can't tell if it's fear or if it's love and joy that's making you cry. And you sort of look up, and he's standing right next to the boat, looming over your colleagues. The sound of as he breathes in and breathes out is the sound of like a roaring fire in a blacksmith's forge. You need only name what you wish, girl. If. And then suddenly he's gone. But then there's this blast of heat at the side, burning your ear, scorching your hair as you can smell the burning hair as he whispers in your ear, "Bring me the stone." And it's gone, and you can't help but grab your ear to feel the burning. And it's whole. There's no pain. There's no pain when you touch it. You're seeing sort of you can imagine the pantomime that you're seeing go on here, Jeff or Matt. Millar, what are you doing? Let me describe for us what her reaction is.
Well, she's trying not to react, but she's sort of cringing, right? And she's flinching whenever weird stuff is happening. And then she's sort of trying to control herself, though, and sort of looks behind herself to see if the others are looking. And I guess she can sense that sort of Matt is watching her, kind of thing. And she sort of puts her head down because she's got to try to think of some excuse for this.
Okay. Are you trying to hide the fact that you've been crying?
She can give that a shot.
Okay, so I think that would be agility, and I don't know if you've got any professions that would apply for that, but if you think there is one, go ahead and add a boon. Jeff, make a perception. If you think there's any professions that you think would apply as well, please feel free to add a boon as well.
You can say that.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
All right, so what am I rolling? Intellect, sorry?
You are rolling agility, actually.
Agility, right? Okay. 2. Beat that.
I rolled an 18.
I rolled the other 2. That makes 20. I win.
Wow. So that's good. That's good of you guys to make out for an even spread there of 10 on average. Okay, so yeah, Millar does like this. A kid trying to hide its tears, right? Like kind of
right.
Snot hanging down from her nose. Eyes are even in this pill light. You can see how red they are, and she's. It's so obvious that probably everyone else in the boat sort of notices this, what's going on.
Matt says, "What's wrong, Laura?"
In a soft voice, she kind of mutters, sort of helplessly, "The spirits, they talk to me."
Have you gone mad?
Maybe.
You get fortune for that, Steve. Go ahead and give a little. Give the yellow token on her whatever it is.
Noise. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so what you gotta do is just if you click, yeah, there you go, perfect. Okay, so and Jeff, you can take that from Matt as well too. That was good, good staying in character there. So the rest of the trip is much less eventful, though there is sort of a tense, like the storm's coming on faster than you guys can really paddle. So there's like that's weird. That was a really low-flying plane. Hey, what's that? There's a roar as the storm keeps getting closer, and there's the not a roar, but you can hear the thunder getting closer. Is there anyone? You know what? I think Matt, because I'm not sure this is a common thing in the world of the Shadow of the Demon Lord, but I know it is for Matt. That the peal of thunder will hit, and he'll go 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000.
Counting the distance, yeah.
Yeah. So, So anyway, the you guys managed to reach the docks of crossings, and sort of like one of the dock hands, I guess, who like a harbor master, I guess you check in with to pay your fees. You're rolling up, and he's got basically like a big leather slicker on and a big coat, and his book is protected by a oiled leather wrap. He's like, what are you doing out in this weather? Are you mad? And I think he's not like watching for you guys to get back. He maybe like you guys get back, and then you're unloading everything from the boat, and that's when he comes running over to you.
He's like, I am.
He looks at you, and I'm trying to decide if is Hobie notorious enough like of a drunk to be sort of like, most of the town would be like, oh, you. It's not a town actually; it's like a city of like 10,000.
Certainly, people from that part of town would know him. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So he kind of like brushes you away, and collects the toll from Millar for docking, or the berthing fee, I suppose, for berthing her boat here. Then what are you guys going to do?
Woo. Hey Matt, you know how to replenish one of these crystal balls with a teleportation spell by any chance?
Oh, you what do you call it? Yes, your crystal. Yeah, after a day, it will. It now you look inside and you see a little diorama of crossings again.
Hey, sweet.
Yeah, I guess Jeff's not familiar with that. Did you want to explain what that was?
We found us a crystal ball in the old old keep underground there with the crazy fae folk in them, and it transports us back to crossings apparently once a day.
Cool.
Which is kind of nice. And it's like a snow globe with a picture of crossings in it.
Matt, you can make a intellect challenge with a boon for me, please. If you know something about that tweaks anything.
Sorry, what kind of intellect with a boon?
Yes, please. And your occult will give you a boon. Okay. You know what's weird is that's probably. I think I'd mentioned before what Matt's research down south in some of the greater cities of the empire. What he's learned is that the name Crossings dates back to well before mankind ever came here. It was this is what this place was called, or what it was called in a different tongue, of course, when those white spires of crossings were built. So it's from what they've told you what the nature of that place was, the sort of like prison / asylum for fae, for dangerously mad fae. It seems like it makes sense that would bring there would be something to bring people back to here again, because this place seemed to be quite important to when the fae, ruled these lands. So, now when you guys get back, the storm, you're by the time you get back to where you're staying now, we were talking about this a little bit last time, guys. We know that in the interim, Hobie was living in the gutter when we rolled the downtime for between sessions or between adventures. But I'm assuming that Matt and Trader and Millar and Junis have found some place to stay. Where are you guys thinking that you're all going to stay together, or are you going to stay in like Matt and Trader are going to stay where they're staying, and Junis and Millar are going to stay where they are?
What do you guys think we should do at this point? You guys have your own place? Do we have our own place? Well, Hobie just sleeps in piles of leaves. I don't know where Junis sleeps, and Millar sort of disappears.
I think Junis maybe. I don't even know if Junis does sleep. Does he have downtime? I can't remember. I'm going to double check this.
I think Matt would have a place somewhere in the city.
Okay.
A room he's renting or something.
Yeah, Matt would have a boarding house. What do you think that's like? This place, remember, it's kind of like it's not quite Victorian, but it's sort of like the time. If you picture a time period that's sort of a late Reformation, early kind of Enlightenment period. So like if you're picturing like any Three Musketeers film, that's sort of what you could picture. It's a little darker than that and a little more primitive, but that's sort of how I'm picturing so there's still certain identifiable sort of medieval elements to it, but you can recognize some aspects of the modern. I mean, there are trains in this setting. So there are aspects of it that are certainly anachronistic and ahead of time, but that's so you could be, letting a room from an inn, or you could be staying in a what do you call it? In a boarding house, or what? What do you think?
Yeah, probably some kind of a boarding house or something. You wouldn't be staying at an inn still or anything like that. You want something a little bit stable. So
okay, so you don't excuse me. You don't need to sleep. Clockworks don't sleep. They're immune to a sleep condition. But you do need to rest in order to recover. Yeah, so like to get your, if you sleep for 8 hours, you gain your healing rate back.
Right.
Do you guys want to try and sort of wait out the storm a little bit? Or do you want to, well, you guys tell me, what do you want to do now? It's quite late or very early, depending on which way you're looking at it. You're all quite tired and still a little.
Well, we're all banged up. I think we should meet up.
What if Judas has like a little pad or something like that? He's like, come over and like it's like a really small place, like way too small for him or something, and they could all just sort of come back and rest on the floor there or something.
Okay.
Okay.
A little rental hovel.
Okay. So by the time you get to, and sorry, that's Millar's place? Junus's place. Okay, yeah, his hovel. Millar, I'm imagining having something like she's got probably some kind of like, the back room of she's got to deal with someone for the back room of some, blacksmith's shop where she's
Sure.
rent and whatever else to a storage area. She just sleeps there, but she can also do her crafting and whatever there as well.
That makes sense, right?
Okay. So you get back to Junus's place. If you guys want to take a rest, you can each heal your healing rate of damage.
Okay. Healing rate 4.
Healing rate 8.
And then our mana would return as well.
Your mana, hold on. Your full mana. You guys have full mana again.
Nice.
So I think we're doing, Oop, Millar just died. Oh, no, she didn't. She's not damaged. Your whole health bar is
Just
gone.
like that. You're just waiting for that. And you're dead.
There's I've been listening to a podcast of, it's an older one of these guys playing through a campaign in this game called Pendragon. Pendragon is it's one of the, it's like D&D and Call of Cthulhu and Traveler, and that is one of the real first pioneer games, first in the early 80s. This one you're playing knights of in sort of Arthurian times, but each adventure lasts 1 year, and characters die, and they have kids and stuff like that. So in this campaign, there's been one guy who's lost one character so far, a girl who's lost one character so far, and in between, they die, and you have to introduce some new person. But over time, you can have eventually the child of your older character. You can have them as your squire, and then they can eventually become your character as someone else dies. But the body count in that game is really quite impressive because they've killed a lot of PCs. Some of them in really stupid ways too. there was one where like this guy was trying to romance this Fae girl, and it seemed like it was really going like it was gonna be this big deal and big part of the campaign. And then the guy got fucking ripped into two by a griffin. It did set up this really like the cool thing with that by just like accepting that that's the game and going forward with it. The cool thing with that was that there was a follow up where they like the rest of the party had to go to this woman who was like, you know, he had a little bauble he could throw into water, and then she would appear and talk to him, and she's like, "Oh, is it you?" And they're like, we got something to tell you. And it led into this whole other sort of like more. I mean, rather than just having like the paired lovers sort of going along and driving the thing, they sort of got played in and sort of like to try to make it up to their dead colleague or dead comrade. They tried to, you know, to help his lady love. It was pretty cool. So, you know, there's something to be said for like death of characters. Not that I'm going to kill more characters intentionally. Isn't always a necessarily a bad thing, or at least a story ending thing. But anyway, all right. So you guys, from the looks of things, you guys are feeling a lot better. You know, maybe Matt and Hobie are still feeling a little bit, you know, a little bruised, and maybe one or two of their cuts are a little tender, but you're feeling much better now. Junus, you're still, you know, there's still like maybe one little squeaky bit that's not quite moving properly in your hip or something like that. But you guys have, I guess, kind of dominating the room is this big iron, you know, bladed scroll casing. So what do you guys want to do with that, if anything? You haven't really, you knew that it was written in Dwarvish, but you haven't really investigated it yet.
Right.
Matt's hoping that Millar will read it to him.
And that's the scroll that grants one boon to all strength challenges made to climb. That's the other one we got.
No, that's something else that you found another time.
Yeah, right.
This is the one that you found last session. It's daytime now, by the way. You guys would have all slept, and Juice would have kept watch over you guys. No, this is the one that you found that had that. Remember, it was inside that sort of cold iron casing that had those like blades all over the place, and then you know, nimbly unlocked it, and inside that thing there was a scroll with a big. There was a handle you could grab to pull the whole thing out, and on the handle it had a trollish warrior on one side facing up against a leaping elvish warrior with a big two-handed elegant sword.
Right. So maybe we should try to read that, or have somebody read it.
Millar she can read Dwarvish.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then she'll get a sense of what it is, I guess, without setting it off or anything.
Okay. So the even though it's daytime, the storm is still fucking raging outside. So you guys will have to make. I mean, to make proper use of this thing, you're going to need more space, and either Master Dreen's house or the or the what do you call it? Millar's workshop would be the place to best, you know, use this thing.
Maybe we should do it in front of Master Dreen.
It would be sort of the first concrete, you know, evidence you would have brought back, I think, apart from, you know,
sure, dead
bodies.
That makes sense. At least it makes it seem like we're making progress. Sure.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go to the washroom break with you guys. Sorry, and then we'll session.
Rock and roll. Did you see Logan yet?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Pretty good, eh? I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have seen
I'm
it?
gonna watch it this weekend.
Oh, nice.
You know, on Saturday for my birthday.
Oh, right. Yeah, I think you'll really like it.
I get. Yeah, it sounds like it's the movie that always should have been made with Wolverine. You know, the way Wolverine should have always been depicted.
Yeah, in a lot of ways it is. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I was like, can I wait? Can I wait? Nope. Fucking old man bladder strikes again. So
Coffee bladder, I think.
yeah. What am I talking? Old man bladder. I've had a thimble bladder since I was like a kid, so can't blame it on old age, or at least at aging. So, what do you call it? What you do then is you guys pack up all your stuff and you start making your way, across the because you guys are. Let me see here. Where was it? It's Mercy Hall. So I think you're in here. You're in sort of the crappier part of town, and I'm trying to remember the name of the that neighborhood. This is the neighborhood when, like way back when, several months ago, that old priest had gone missing. Remember when when Hobie and Junus and Millar first got together. Father Gregory had gone missing, and you all had sort of a connection with him. This is in the neighborhood of Grievings. So that's what I was trying to look up. So you guys are making your way out, and like most people are not inside. There's a bit of a well, not a bit of it. There's just fucking rain pouring down. So at best, people are sort of running through the streets for some. There's some clockworks that are just, of course, you're maybe you're making your way down to cross the stream of tears to make your way over towards Perce, which is the rich neighborhood. You see there's a big centaur-like four-legged clockwork who sort of is there's a leather harness that's on him, and he's plodding along, dragging this giant wagon, which has sort of a human sitting on it who's got a cloak and a hat sort of on him, and just trying to keep the weather from from affecting him too much. You pass that, but
that's got a big hat that he puts on, and Trader sits under the hat on his shoulder.
Nice, I like that. Okay, give Trader fortune as well. So you start making your way along this way, and then I'd like everybody to make a perception check, please, with one bane.
-1.
Okay.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
another plus one.
Okay. Actually, that's good enough. You know what? Because I've got some good narrative that'll go with with Millar's chain. Oh, someone rolled 0. Nice.
Yeah.
So Millar, there's sort of, you can feel that out of nowhere. There's that rushing sound of roaring flames that heralds some his arrival, and you're sort of looking around in a panic, and then you see from way across on the far side of the city, there's a plume of flame that jets out from somewhere, and then leaves a billowing cloud that is quickly engulfed by the by the falling rain. Matt, you notice the explosion as well too, and you notice that she stops still, so she must have seen the same thing too. Everyone else, I'm thinking, does not notice it. And just more, both of you rolled well enough. That's from where it is. It's sort of on. You can see that Perce is sort of on a cliff. That's because Perce is on a bit of a higher part of the city. It's from that neighborhood that this explosion occurred.
Well, we better get there in a hurry.
Okay, so you're racing over there, and by the time you get to the gateway to lead into Perce, you may remember from a couple sessions ago, because of the illness that had afflicted Crossings, and because it seemed like most people were coming from, like, the illness was affecting Perce more so than the rest of Crossings, that the Inquisition had set up, or led by the Inquisition, the city guard, the brown cloaks, had set up basically like not a gate, but what do you call it? A watch to check people from coming in and going out. Well, you can see that there is, as you get there, there's a bit of a milling Steve, you may remember that one of Junus's old, or at least his old master's friend and colleague, Inquisitor Randolphus. Remember you met him there a couple of weeks ago?
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
You go walking up expecting to see him. So first of what you see is there's a lot of people sort of bustling to try and more like the guard is trying to keep people in purse and in sort of some organized fashion. The big, stone walls go up into an arched or an arched point. And they're slick with the falling rain. And you can see that the guards, the brown cloaks, are all have spears, actually, which is not normally they just carry short swords around, but they got spears to try and keep people at bay and keep some semblance of order. And there's one guy who seems to be sort of in charge, but he's certainly not Inquisitor Randolphus. How do you guys approach this? And there's a bunch of clearly well-dressed citizens, soaked, albeit, who seem to be trying to get out of purse. What do you guys say?
Well, Matt will run up and be like, "What's going on here?"
The junior member of the brown cloaks kind of like spins around at hearing that, and sort of like you get your hand out and stop it, but he would have like whacked you with the side of the spear, not the tip, but the actual blade. You're so close. He kind of he's what the purse is closed.
What's the name of the guy that we are working for?
Master Dream.
We have urgent business with Master Dream.
Purse is closed. There was an explosion at the Captain Dramus Manor.
You better go help.
Junus, make a intellect check and add a boon for your courier or courtier ability. Junus?
Oh, courtier. Gotcha.
Yes, please.
Sorry, which one again? Intellect?
Intellect, please, with one boon for your courtier.
Yeah. Hey, look at that.
Yeah, so okay, so what I was going to need to roll for as to whether you're familiar with, so the Captain Dramuses are one of the, like the Dreen is really like the crazy rich foreigner. The Captain Dramuses have been in Crossings for generations and generations. They're a very well-off family. They're saying that the explosion occurred at their manor. You know precisely where they're talking about.
Okay. Well, I know where it is, guys. Maybe we should check it out.
The guy looks over. He's like, "No, there's no one's to be here. On the orders of Inquisitor Randolphus, he's gone to investigate this. He has it well in hand."
We work for Inquisitor Randolphus, and he will undoubtedly be looking for our assistance.
Okay, I don't think you do. So you're trying to deceive this guy. So
yeah,
is it Junus saying that?
Sure.
Sure. Then yeah, go ahead and make an intellect check with. You can use courtier, I think. Because that's sort of you using your lordly bearing,
right? My
yeah, and it'll be
bravado.
Yeah,
bravado. Very nice. There you
go. Yeah, he's not having any of it. I don't need to look up his will now. He's like, "Get back!" You think that's the first time we've heard that? No one's to be permitted here.
Kevin, Trader doesn't wait. He takes off out from under the hat and flies up over to go take a look.
Okay, he flies over. Now, the difficulty is I don't think the Trader necessarily knows where this house is, so you're just looking for like a hole in the roof, I guess.
Yeah, commotion.
Smoke.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna make you make just a regular perception. I won't give you a bane because it's the weather or whatever else. I would normally, but it's also like you're just looking for a giant hole in a house somewhere. So I'll just go ahead and make a perception check. Let's see if you can or challenge. Let's see if you can find that.
Perception is 12. 1d20. So they do 1d20 plus 2, right?
Yes, please. Ooh. The rain is coming down just too hard. You can't seem to, without further direction from Junus, you just can't seem to find it. What are Millar, Hobie, Matt, and Junus doing at this point?
Well, they're a little eager. So we can't get to see Master Dream then. We can't say that.
There's about 4 guards here right now. So, I mean, like, if there's another way you wanted to try and get past these guys.
Hobie could, I mean, like, we're getting to that point. I think Hobie might have to cast Will-o'-the-Wisp and say, everyone look away to the gang, and then say, ooh, look at what's that, to the guards.
That's interesting. That's cool. Go ahead and take, if that's what you're going to do, go ahead and give Hobie his fortune back as well.
Sweet.
That looks quite clever. Okay. So let's see here. Concentration up to a minute. Awesome. Okay, that's a great use of that spell. So go ahead and mark your. Are you able to change your mana on Hobie now?
Yeah.
So it's a rank 1 spell, I believe. So that'll cost you 2 mana.
Okay. Rank 1, 2 mana. All right. Boop, boop, there we go.
Okay. So you does Hobie say anything to his colleagues before he does this?
Oh, indeed. He says, if you would all kindly avert your eyes for a moment.
He's got that, Matt. He's got that crazed look in his eye again.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's like, okay. Millar understands. She's looking away for a moment. And then Hobie says, Hobie starts that sort of deep rumbling in his throat there as he connects to the rebel vibrations. And then over to the one side, a little glowing dancing ball appears next to one of the guards.
Awesome. Okay, so this ball appears, and the guards at first are like, "What?" And the people who are all milling around there are all kind of like, "What is? Yeah, oh, what? Well, what is that?" I'm not gonna go with them. I'll just say that like the majority of them are all just sort of completely distracted or distracted by the fact that everyone else is distracted. So
Right.
I will let you guys make agility challenge. So this will be effectively like a stealth type roll. Agility challenges with 2 boons, 1 for the weather and 1 for the distraction. So just for the 4 guys who are there, if you think that there is a profession that you've got that would grant another boon, feel free to add that as well. So go ahead and make those checks for me, guys. Let's see how if everyone's able to slip past unaffected.
Matt just casually pulls his pocket watch out of his pocket and teleports inside past them.
Yep, done. So you're What's the what's the effect like when he does that?
Let's see.
Oh shit.
Hobie?
That's with 2 boons?
I know, 3 actually. Well, he does have fade though.
You know what it is, Steve? Is because I think he's concentrating too on that spell. Like he can't cast another spell and concentrate.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so I think that maybe that's why. That's okay though.
All right. He'll just hang out there for a minute. And, okay, I'm not taking it past. And we'll use.
I'm gonna give the guards a intellect check to try and figure out that it's you behind this, because you're concentrating, so there's clearly something you're doing,
Right.
To, that may draw their attention. Let's see here. Yeah, that's what.
Boom. Everyone else is okay.
One Bane. See how they do.
Nice.
-3. So they are. Yeah.
That's the lowest roll I've seen.
Yeah, a 1 and yeah. Well, I'm happy to accommodate. Okay, so yeah, it looks like everyone else was fine. This guy turns around and sort of you sort of stop for a second, and you're still gesturing, and he looks go around, and then he looks back, and I'll make a will check for him, or a will challenge, and let's see if he is ensorcelled by this thing, and then you can just walk over. All right. So it'll be will with 1 bane. Is will with 1 bane, right?
For Will-O-Wisp? Oh, yeah.
If it isn't, I'll subtract that. Let's see here. Okay, I rolled a 1.
When
To be honest,
appears each creature.
even with the if I even if it doesn't, I'd still fail. I
Okay.
rolled that badly. So, but it's worth looking up anyway, just to know. Okay, so
I think you get a boon actually, but whatever.
they get a boon on it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know what? If I had rolled that as my boon, actually, I would have succeeded.
Hmm.
So I think that he's not, and is a bit suspicious of you. So how do you want to try and approach getting past him now?
Let's see here. I say, aren't you concerned about that glowing spirit over there?
Okay.
For starters.
Make a. Jeez. Make a intellect. What do you think? There's any profession that you got that would help sort of bamboozle this guy?
Well, where I'm going with this, I'm a carouser, and I think the next spell I might cast might be drunkenness, and I'm gonna make this guy look drunk.
Again, remember, like, if you cast another spell, that means that the
Right.
yeah, it ends.
Well, Will-O-Wisp is still going. He's not distracted by it. Well, okay. You know what he's gonna say? He's just gonna say, "Well, you know what? I don't mean to be a bother. I'll let you get on with your business." And he'll walk away, and he'll walk around the corner, and he'll cast Fade, and then he'll walk past.
Nice. Okay, yeah, that works.
Right.
Okay, so everyone sort of meets on the far side, and you can see that, like, getting now on this side, there's a bit of a ghost town feel to it. Like there is just no one who is in these streets. So Junius, you managed to, you start making your way down or off in the direction towards the Cat and Dramus's manor. And then there's sort of a moment where, Trey lands again and looks into Matt's ear. But so as you guys approach, we're going to switch maps here. Where are you?
Oh, and Kev, the pocket watch?
Yeah.
There's no like fog or flash or anything like that. If you were standing there and intently watching them use it, it would almost be like you were like couldn't believe your own eyes. It would be like, wasn't there a guy standing there a second ago?
Nice.
Sort of like almost like a slight memory ripple of like, I'm sure he was there. Like
cool. Like a day.
Question your own. Oh no, wait, there he is over there. Like almost like you question your own thought of it.
I love that. That's fucking great. Okay, so let's see here. This is where y'all are. So your characters should be at the bottom. And let me see if I may not have set the light for Matt and Trader, so let me quickly do that.
Well, I can see like some circles around them.
Yes, so there we go. Okay, so that is good. All right, so there you go. Okay, so that's where you guys are. You're making your way down the darkened street, and let me just, because I think that there is one person who may see this first. Let me do my drum roll. Ba 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 ba. Steve, do you see that?
See black. Hold on here.
You go to the.
Oh, there we go. And I see us. Hold on here. Yeah, I see that. I see us.
Do you see where I'm pinging? Do you see anything, or is that in blackness for you right now?
I see you pinging. Yeah.
Okay, you see me pinging, but you don't see what's there?
No.
Awesome. So what you hear from there is there's a bit of a sound. The Cat and Dramus's place. You can see on the right there, guys, there is the side of a building. On the top of the screen, if you're not on the right of the screen.
It looks like a black wall.
Yeah. So that is a building you're passing. The next building is the Cat and Dramus's.
Okay.
So you guys, why don't you move? Let's say move you guys 3 squares forward.
3 squares. It's a scarecrow.
That's what you see is one of the standing in the street is one of the dressed in fine robes is another one of the you've seen this before. This is someone who has succumbed to the sickness that has plagued Crossings. So guys, do you want to take please mark your characters? Whoever had fortune, it did not carry over, so go ahead and add that, and then pick whether you're doing a fast or a slow turn. These things are doing slow turns because they want to shamble over and bite.
Okay. Good. All right. We'll do a little.
I think this dynamic lighting may be my favorite thing about Roll20.
That have lighting, it's pretty amazing. Yeah. Very good feature.
Mm. Okay. Once everyone is marked, you guys can make your choices as to who's doing what. Let's say Matt, you're just deciding what Matt's going to do there, Jeff?
Yeah, I was just trying to decide what he was going to do.
Okay. And is Junis marked? Oh, yeah, he's got slow. Okay, great. Okay, so those on the fast turns, we got Hobie, Millar, and Matt. Do you guys want to? You know what? I'll assume that you're doing taking turns as players, unless you tell me otherwise. So,
okay.
So Steve, do you want to go with Hobie or Millar first?
I think Hobie's going to cast Misdirect on the first one.
Okay. Remind me again what that is. I think it's an intellect attack, isn't it?
That is correct. Against perception, on a success, the target makes attack rolls 1 Bane, while it's within short range of me for 1 minute. Impaired. If I get over 20, it's impaired for 1 minute.
Sorry. So the range in that spell is what? Short?
It says short. Is it short? Is he in short range? Not quite.
Yeah. It needs to be 3 squares away, Steve.
Okay.
So I think you're good. 1, 2, 3.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's rock and roll. Intellect check-in. Boons Banes, I don't think so. Kapow. Oh, he's gonna pass. Okay, he's gonna cast a prayer on himself and give himself an extra D6.
Okay. So go ahead and roll D6.
And that might not be enough, but we'll get. Boom! Look at that, 10. Nice.
Nice. Okay. So it's not a challenge. You're targeting their intellect. Fortunately, these things are dumb as a bag of hammers. So yeah.
Yay.
What do you call it? You manifest this thing, and it's what does the spell look like again, Steve? I can't remember.
Well, it's him casting it. You can see the rumbling in his throat as he's conjuring up Rebel's deep vibes, and then it transfers into the creature who sort of starts to tremble as it's moving forward. It's starting to feel tremors.
So there's like a dissonant harmony that hits him and kind of he's shaking off his balance. Okay, cool. So that's Hobie. Next up is Matt. What is Matt going to do?
Matt is going to kind of circle around over here to the edge. Maybe not quite that close, but like that. And pull out his revolver and just be ready in case someone comes at him.
Okay, that sounds good. So take your markings off, guys. Remember to take them off when you take your turns. Then it's Millar's turn.
And Millar is going to cast. I think she'll do with her old trusty bolt thrower, and she tends to like that bad boy.
How long does misdirect last, Steve?
The misdirect lasts a minute.
Awesome. Okay.
And so does the bolt thrower. So she'll slap that down
Okay.
just to the left of the group there. Yeah, or just behind her, I guess, whatever. Or beside her there, yeah. Can I do that? I can't really do that. Okay.
Okay, so boom. There you go.
Nice. And that is 2. I can't reach her.
Okay, Steve, you should be able to move that if you like.
There we go. Cool. Thanks.
I mean, it's stationary, but I mean, like, if you want to place it in one of the other squares, you're free to do that.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's good there.
Okay, so chunk, it drops down, and then once again, sort of assembles from cogs and then begins rotating towards, and you can hear the cocking of the goad's foot getting ready to shoot at one of those things. Okay, so that's it for the slow turns, guys, or fast turns. Now, slow turns, either Trader or Junus can go.
Go for it.
Trader. I mean, I guess he would have technically been on Matt's shoulder, so he was here, and then he'll fly down here and transform into his halfway form.
Okay. All right, so you does that take?
What kind of an action is that?
Is that? I think it might be a triggered action. It should say in your. I've cut and pasted the rules verbatim from Tooth and Claw, so it should say in there. But I think you can use it as an action or triggered action. That's often that they
use as an action or a triggered action.
Nice. Okay, so what that means is just that you can't use another triggered action, but you still can take an action this round.
Oh, so he can still attack?
Heck yeah.
Okay, well then he will. So
All these are pretty easy to hit too.
Right. Set up this trader. Attack. He will use his trickery for a boon. Wait, does he get 1 or 2 boon? 2.
1 boon, I think. It's when you hit level. When you hit next level 5 is when you guys will get. You'll get a second use of trickery each round.
Oh, right. Okay. So there we go. Oh!
Nice. And you roll over 20, which means you get a second action. So why don't you roll damage for it first, and let's see how badly you fuck up this diseased corpse.
This thing is... The damage is different again on this.
What is it doing now?
Well, no, the weapon thing. Like, there's not a thing to click on anymore.
There isn't? Man, what are they? Maybe they're in the process of updating it, and just that we're getting the.
Like there's, maybe if I maybe if I would have clicked on the weapon, it would have rolled both. I don't know. I'll just use the dice roller. So the first one does 2d6, I guess. Then
I'm just rolling this so that you can ignore the results of this. I'm just trying to see what. Oh fuck! Damn it! There you go. You might need.
it's okay. I'll just roll. It's 2d6.
Did I roll? Sorry, did I roll that that last result? I tried to make a roll with someone's club. I guess it didn't go through. Hold up, let me. I just want to see how this. Oh, for fuck's sake! This works here, guys. Give me 1 sec. Okay, that'll work.
Well, I'll click on it next time.
Sure. There we go.
It doesn't show up.
It didn't work. I just tried rolling it using that dice to roll for Matt. Twice now I've rolled it. It just doesn't do anything.
So, well, the first attack does 11. Here, like if I clicked on the d20 by him for the second attack.
Yeah.
So it would have no boons on this because it's not sneaky. Yeah, it doesn't even put it into the window.
What's going on here?
No, it doesn't even roll it. Like, so that's that. The weapon part doesn't work right now.
Yeah, something happened to it.
Okay, well, that's fine. We'll just so just let's see here. For Trader's attack, his damage should be. Well, he did 11 points of damage. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then that's his second attack roll, which is a 15.
Okay, and that is a hit as well. These things, like I said, they're really easy to hit. So what does the combo look like then?
Again, he's basically doing martial arts maneuvers, but with his claws on his feet.
Love it.
He's thrashing these things at extremely high speed.
Your natural weapon, does it do 1d6 or 1d6 plus 1? I thought it was 1d6 plus 1 for some reason.
Yeah, I think it might be supposed to.
Okay, so it's one more then. So okay,
I just rolled 2d6 because of it wasn't working.
sure. So go ahead and roll now. It's 1d6 damage for this one. 1d6 plus 1.
Yeah, natural weapon is 1d6 plus 1.
Okay, so in 1d6 plus
This
1.
one will be 1d6 plus 1.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
2 more damage.
Okay. So you sort of
14.
knock this thing, you knock this thing off balance with that. That first strike is just like incredibly strong, like almost severing one of its arms off of it. So it's sort of hanging loose from some sinew. But unfortunately, that throw the bulk of its weight off of its 1 foot, so you barely connect with the second one. So that's it for Trader. That's it for then. It's just Junis.
Da, 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 da. Judas is gonna come sidling in, and he's gonna do it. Boom! Is guarded.
Yeah, this one here, that one is quite damaged. So, are you doing your whole combo again, Steve? A feint and guarded attack.
I may as well, just in case, you know. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So then, it's what 2 boons you get from the feint? Is that right?
That's right. And then, 1 boon from the feint, 1 boon from the just his abilities.
Oh, right. That's right. Yeah, because he's a warrior. And then 1 bane from the guarded attack. So you're rolling attack with 1 boon.
Got it. All right. Yep, you got it. And it's not showing up. Hold on, Junis. Try again.
You can't use the weapon thing. You just have to use your strength. Your strength challenge. I don't know. They're fucking around with the character sheets.
Yeah, right. They got lots of crap going on. Okay, no problem. Here we go. Boom! That's a lovely 9. All right.
Balls. But I think, you know what? That is enough to hit it, though. These things, like I said, really. So this thing was staggered off balance from Trader's attack, and then what does Junis do? He
lands with his cat-like agility. He just lunges in there, sees his opportunity, and dusts the thing off with a careful slice through the middle.
Yep. So this thing falls to the ground. And all right, so that's it. So then these other 2 ones are gonna you got 1 coming at each of you guys. Now the one of those is attacking with 1 bane against okay, so I need to roll, let's see here. Strength, okay. With no, so this is against Junis. 14, I take it, does not hit you. Is that right?
It does not hit me.
Okay.
No.
And this one is against Trader. An 11.
No.
No. Awesome. Okay. My dice are officially not on fire any longer. Okay, so that's the end of the round. So next turn, guys, these 2 things are going to take. Oh no, sorry. The ballistae. End of the round, a ballistae gets to make an attack.
Oh yes, right.
I guess ballista. It's not a plural.
Ballistas.
So it could be an intellect attack from war.
A ballisti. Hold on here. The point out right here.
Oh, this is already set. Weird.
Foretell spiker shape bolt thrower. 5 health equal to intellect score. Defense 5. Okay. It lasts for the duration or until destroyed. Makes an intellect attack against defense.
Yep. Go ahead.
La, la, la. 13.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
2d6.
Nice.
But that's rolling. Boom, 9.
Boom. So this mystic bolt shoots out and launches into the air, like in the chest of this, like, it's the corpse of a young man who's got like a very cleanly cropped beard. He looks like he's like crawled his way out of a bed though, because he's dressed in like a night shift. So is the other one. It's an older woman who's the other creature fighting trader. So right. So now it's you guys. They're taking fast turns. So you guys go ahead and mark your characters accordingly, and we'll see if we can take these things down.
Get it on.
Rather than going through the hassle, since you guys have fought these a number of times before, I will let you take an action to just skewer the black fairy that's trying to come out of the head.
Nice. All right.
Like out of the downed one.
Yes, the downed one, because there's one down right now. Rather than having to fight another one of those little pricks, you can just, try to end it.
Nice.
I wonder if we should capture one.
Didn't you do that already? You did that last session.
I know, but now we need one to open this gate for us.
Okay.
Because she slapped Millar's like the net that she made before would have collapsed back into sort of gear.
Oh, I see. She'd have to remake it.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you guys talked about this, you guys would have had a whole day. You can say that that's what Millar spent her, used her her gear to do. I mean, I'm fine with that.
I don't know. What do you think? I mean, Matt just thought of it now, but I don't know if they would have talked about it.
Okay, so that's fine. All right, so guys, Steve, one of your guys gets to go first.
All right, she's going to cast Foretell on Hobie. That's same as last time, so he makes his rolls with 3 boons.
Nice. Okay. Go mark her mana.
2 mana. Which she should be up to. Yeah, that's right. 4.
Okay. Oh,
here we go.
Anything. There we go. Sorry, Junis is. Did Junis take damage?
No, was he hit?
I'm showing a lot of damage. Oh, was he? I guess he didn't heal.
Oh, did they reset all of our old stats for this before we came in here? For some reason. There we go. It was like from our old combat. All the old ones were in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's weird. Okay, so go ahead and give him a heal, then, because he shouldn't have any damage.
Okay. Yeah. There we go. Right. Yeah. The other ones are right.
All right. Okay. Yeah, because I didn't think. Well, Junis wasn't fully healed. I don't think. I think he still had a little bit of health damage, because that's why I was narrating that he was.
You're right. He had 5 damage. You're right.
Yeah, because that's why I was narrating the whole thing with his shoulder still being sore. Yeah. Okay. So, Millar's acted. That means either Trader or Matt.
Well, Matt can take his action. It's real fast. He's just got his. We can't move and shoot, so he'll just keep his pistol trained on them in case they shamble past either Trader or.
So that's an action to ready. So as soon as if one of those things moves past, you can go ahead and take your action and shoot it. Okay. All right. So Steve, make sure to unmark the characters as you've taken your actions. Right. I don't want to have a missed turn again.
Yeah.
So either Junis or Hobie.
All right. Junis will, using Hobie's prayer, do his guarded attack against the one in front of him.
Okay. So that will be with 2 boons, an attack with 2 net boons, right?
You got it.
Okay.
About 28.
Oh,
nice.
Okay.
3d6 damage.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Alrighty, dice roller.
Okay.
Rolling. 6.
Nice. Okay, so this thing is this young guy now is missing half of his head.
Excellent.
Not quite down yet, but very close to it. And you can see the scalp of that fallen figure is once again that black fairy is starting to poke its way out. Trader, what are you doing?
Trader is attacking the one in front of him.
Yep. Go ahead and make an attack.
Okay. This attack roll is this with a boom.
Is Hobie going to take care of that fallen guy, or is he going to let the black fairy come out?
Hobie better take care of the fallen guy, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, so just move him one forward there. Oh shit, he can't.
I won't take it a quick action. Can I use my crossbow?
Did you have it drawn?
Well, I didn't say that.
You tell me whether you think he would have drawn that.
Well, it'd be loaded, but so what does it take to? I guess and drawing's on a free action.
You drop your weapons. You drop your shield and your axe, and then pull that out as a trick. Well, no, you use your triggered action because you use prayer.
That's right.
So
there's not much I can do, is what you're saying. So what I can do is cast a spell. Okay.
yeah,
So-
yeah, actually, yeah. If you want to, if there's a damaging spell you've got, you can just cast that. Yeah, that's great. That hits. Then Jeff, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Damage. So let me do it right this time. So the first one is
Yeah.
2d6 plus 1.
I don't have a damaging attack for this distance.
Ooh, 11.
Oh.
Nice.
Shit.
Shreds them.
Yeah, that's fucking great attack.
He doesn't have a damaging attack from this distance.
Okay, then what I will allow you to do is you can make a lunging attack, which is you make an attack
nice.
with 1 bane.
Okay.
And I'll just make you make an attack on this thing. Try and hit the roll. So go ahead and make your attack. It'll be
Very nice. That's it. All right.
strength
Thank
challenge
you.
of
And a bit of. So that makes 2 boons because he's got. All right. Here we go.
Go ahead.
Give it a whirl. 13.
Nice.
Oh
Yeah. So he sees that happening, and then what happens?
He's like, and he sort of panics and he lunges forward, screaming.
Can't
and
move
then
him.
it's crazy.
He's just
All right.
lunged forward. He didn't move. He just lunged forward with his weapon.
Like it's sort of like
Awesome.
stretch forward.
Okay, so that's everybody. I'll go with the what do you call it? With the zomboids here. So we've got 1 against this is against Junis. That is clearly a miss, and then 1 against Trader. 15. I don't think, is that a hit?
No.
Nice. Okay, so these things are. This old woman is just trying to claw and grab at you, Trader, and just cannot get anywhere close. You're just dancing around in the rain. Okay, mark your guys quick or fast or slow actions. If everyone's just going to take a fast action again, don't bother marking them. We'll just
Yeah,
know
it's just
that.
all actions.
I hope he's gonna take a slow.
Okay. So then either Steve or Jeff, which one of you guys wants to go first? Oh, Steve, make an attack roll. Jeff will go first. You make an attack roll with your ballista.
Yes.
And Jeff, what do you want to do?
Yeah, Trader will see if he can finish this one off.
Nice. Give it an attack roll.
So it's this
4.
plus boom.
That is a miss. Holy shit.
Noise.
Okay, this thing will be probably killed.
Yep. Go ahead and roll damage. Okay, so this one's down. You have a choice of either with your free action, you can either like kill the black fairy or you can attack that other one. The other one's looking pretty messed up.
He'll just attack the other one.
Yeah, make an attack again.
So,
Voice in order. What's up?
ooh,
That's these things are very fucking slow. They're not quite that slow though. So yeah, that powerful first strike has threw you off balance. Okay, so Junis or Millar?
All right, Junis will
Because I
do
think
it up.
Millar has to concentrate on her thing, doesn't she?
That's right for Hobie. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So go with Junis.
Junis is going to do his blessed feint, guarded feint. Here we are.
Sounds good. So attack roll with 1 boon.
2 because of the prayer from Hobie. Sorry.
Oh, right, because he used he's using his triggered kit.
11.
That works. Yeah. Roll damage.
Alrighty. 2d6 damage is 8.
Nice. That thing is down.
Right.
All right. So we're gonna because we're at quitting time here now. Anyway, guys, I'm just gonna I'll get rid of this thing here. What happens is actually I'll do this. You guys all sort of collect together, get a chance to kind of catch your breath. You realize that you've faced these things before. You move yourself up to here, and you stand before the door to Cat and Dramus Manor. You see that the door is actually open, and inside you can hear the sound of battle. What do you do?
Hear the sound of baffles. I hold my breath.
Battle.
We will rush in. Well, Trader will rush in.
Okay. That sounds terrific. So you race forward. Trader sort of like does Matt do that as well, or does Trader
Well, he
sort
comes
of?
through the door, with his pistol up, kind of very carefully.
Nice. Okay. So that's where we'll call it for a session for tonight. We'll be back in next week. So for those listening at home, thanks so much for joining us for another installment of our ongoing Shadow of the Demon Lord campaign. We hope you enjoyed, and we will see you again next week.